Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists of pointless things, where we fly by his pointless statue in Booty Bay, because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin. 10. Number 10 is this tall mushroom grass located in the Dreadwaste, and at first I was like, is this even grass, or are these like mushrooms? But it looks like there's grass at the bottom, and they're sprouting out of it, so I'm pretty much just considering this grass, because I've already made a pointless top 10 mushrooms, and this looks like grass. So, these are really cool. You can actually walk through them and they're like boing, 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 and they swing all back and forth. I haven't really seen anything else like this. So I was like, dude, this is really cool grass. I should put this on the list because it's not every day you're making a top 10 grass. I actually made pointless top 10 grass back in the day. It was like 8 or 9 years ago. And I was like, you know what? This is a pointless top 10 idea that definitely needs to be revamped. And so here we are, making a video about grass, and the first thing on the list may not even be defined as grass. That's how you know you're on a Crendor video. But yeah, whatever it is, whether it's these big, long stalks of like fungus, or if it's actually grass, I think they look like grass and they're pretty cool, and so that's why they're number 10. 9. Number 9 is actually grass, and it's on the mountains of Zandalar. And I always remember flying past these mountains and just thinking, these hills look so weird, or these mountains, because they just look kind of painted green. Like, it didn't even look like grass was on them. It almost looked like they were still in development or something. But when you actually land on the mountains and get up close, you can actually see it is grass, and it's pretty cool. It's got a bunch of little flowers and stuff that are orange and yellow. It's got a bunch of, blades of grass that they're grass. But to me, the best part about this is seeing it far away and then going up close. Like, the contrast between the two seems like night and day. Because when you're up close, you're like, oh yeah, it's a bunch of grass and that's that. It's grass on the mountain, right? But when you go far away, it looks different. It doesn't look like there's actually grass on the mountains. It's obviously a weird illusion or something, but I just think it looks cool. And so that's why the Zandalar mountain grass is number 9. 8. Number 8 is the grass in the Grand. And I believe in my old list, I actually had this at like number 1 or 2. So this was pretty high up, but I appreciate this grass, right? Like, it was in Burning Crusade, and I think it does a really good job of giving off that open plains vibe, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's like you're in the open plains in space, and I just love the color of it. You have these golden yellows and these pale yellows, and then you got some different shades of green, and it's just a nice blend. And for some reason, okay, this is such a weird story. Whenever I see landscaping in real life that has these types of colors, I'll just like stop and appreciate it for a while. I don't know what it is. It's like... maybe this is why I'm making this video, because I genuinely enjoy like looking at grass in real life as well. But I believe it's called buffle grass, although it says here that buffle grass is an invasive type of grass, so I don't think they would landscape with that. There's actually like so many different types of grasses. You know what? The grand grass might actually be based off of buffle grass. Although now I looked it up, and there's actually a thing called buffalo grass, which I guess would make more sense for like the open plains of America. Dude, I have no idea. It looks cool, so that's why the Grand grass is number 8. 7. Number 7 is the grass in Shadow Moon Valley, and one of my favorite parts about the grass in Shadow Moon Valley is the little moons. So I don't actually know if they're supposed to be moons, but they very much look like moons, and we're in Shadow Moon Valley, so I think this is an intentional choice. And it's like these little flowers or stems that grow up, and then they have these little moons on them. You can see right there, some haven't blossomed fully, but then there's also these little moon flowers that have blossomed fully. But even then, the rest of the grass is really cool. It's got some zigzag grass, some like aqua underwater looking grass. It's got some really nice flowers all over, aside from the moon flowers. Like, I think the Shadow Moon Valley grass does a great job of feeling like the grass belongs in this zone. You know what I mean? Like, if I saw this grass in another zone, I'd be like, maybe it looks cool, but it doesn't feel like it belongs in this zone. But it truly does feel like the grass belongs in this zone. And so that's why the Shadow Moon Valley grass is number 7. 6. Number 6 is the grass located in Azuna, and what I love about the grass here is that there's a wide variety of it, and some of it feels like I've seen it in other zones, some feels like I've only seen it here, some even feels like it's from classic zones, almost like Nagrand or the Barrens or something like that, and it feels upped a little bit in quality. It just feels like they've taken a little bit of grass from all over and placed it into this zone, and I don't know if that's actually what they did, but that's just kind of the vibe that I get, especially as you walk across more square footage of this land, and you just get to see the grass by the river and the grass by the trees and the grass all over. It's just, I love the way it blends together. I love the color palette of the grass, and I just think it's really nice. And I don't know why a part of me didn't want to put this on the list, and I kept coming back to it and just standing here and being like, I like this. And so it's my list, and I decided to put it here. So that's why the Azuna grass is number 6. 5. Number 5 is the grass in Ardenweld. And not only is it the very, pretty blue-purple grass, but I also put here the brown dying grass that the grubs are all around, or whatever these creatures are called. I can't remember, but the grub creatures. And I think what I really like here is the variety, right? You have the majestic star grass, or whatever you want to call it. And it does look really cool. It almost looks like Shadow Moon Valley grass on steroids. Like, you go around here and it's so majestic and kind of neon and glowing, and there's different plants and just a wide variety. But then even when you go to the brown kind of dying grass area, it's just the contrast of it both, I think, really helps to amplify the beauty of the other grass. And I really love that contrast. Like, sure, the dying brown grass isn't the coolest, but it's still serving a purpose. And you know what? At one point, it may have actually looked like that until the grub creature showed up. So either way, that's why the Ardenweld grass is number 5. 4. Number 4 is the grass in Stormsong Valley, and I love how lush and vibrant this grass is in Stormsong Valley. Like, obviously, you go here, you look around, there's just a bunch of different plants and flowers and, different types of grass all over. And then I really love how the grass kind of fades into the beach. So if you go over here, you can actually see the beach grass. I don't know what they call it. There has to be some term for it, but you can see how it goes from really bright green to kind of this more olive green, and it just kind of, I don't know. I love the way that the grass looks on the beach as well. There's a few areas actually throughout Battle for Azeroth where the grass kind of looks like this, but I just picked this one because I also like the grass in Stormsong Valley, so it was kind of just a 2-for-1. And to me, this feels like the grass where you would love to go on a picnic around here, right? I mean, there are the people setting up a campfire here, but I think they're part of the people polluting it with oil and everything. But hey, you know what? Even they were like, yo, this is a pretty good spot to camp. So that's why the Stormsong Valley grass is number 4. 3. Number 3 is the Baron's grass. And I picked the Baron's grass kind of for personal reasons, because I always remember back in vanilla WoW and even just playing classic WoW again, just running through the Barrens and always thinking like, wow, this is just a vast barren landscape. But there was always this grass, right? This kind of golden, dry yellow grass all over the place. Then you'd get to the oasis part and it would get very green, and there's these ferns all over, which I don't know if you'd consider that grass. It might not actually be grass, but for the sake of this video, it is grass, all right? And I mean, it's World of Warcraft. They could have their own variations of grass. They don't have to match real life. Also, whenever I do top 10s about things like, water wheels or rivers or just any type of natural real life thing, I like to research it a bit. So I was looking up types of grass, and it turns out that things like corn and barley and wheat and rice are all types of grass. And there's probably people that know that. There's probably some botanists in the comments like, of course, Crendor, you didn't know that. All right, let me have this. All right, I just thought they were a type of plant. I didn't think they were a type of grass. But either way, I think that's pretty cool. And that's why the Baron's grass is number 3. 2. Number 2 is the Suramar grass. And I think when a lot of people think of Suramar, they think of Suramar City, and a lot of people loved questing at Suramar, but not many people think of the grass. Granted, not many people think of the grass in many places in World of Warcraft or video games, but that's why I'm here, to look at the grass for you and point it out. And I love the Suramar grass because it's just so vibrant and rich in color, and you can just walk around and it feels like you see just different colors no matter where you go. You can walk a little bit and see, rich reds and oranges and browns, but then you can also see green, and then you can go over somewhere and see kind of this blue, almost like a Shadow Moon Valley. Like, it has just so many different varieties of color, and that's what I think is so cool about it. And so, yeah, again, a lot of people think of Suramar, and they'll think of Suramar City and the elves needing their mana drugs and stuff like that, but you know what? I'm going to think of the grass, and that's why the Suramar City grass, well, actually, I guess it's not Suramar City, it's just Suramar. And that's why the Suramar grass is number 2. 1. And number 1 is the Bastion grass. And I don't know about you, but when I first came to Bastion, I felt like the grass was one of the most dominant features of the zone, because it just felt like you walked into these big fields of wheat, and then you had the big open sky above, and there's pretty cool trees and stuff around. But to me, the grass really stood out and just made me remember the zone more than really anything else in the zone, I'm not gonna lie. In fact, it's actually based off of the Greek Elysium, and it says here that Bastion shares many themes with the Greek Elysium and has even been referred to as the Elysian Fields, both in-game and out. And so yeah, overall, I just think this is just some of the coolest grass in World of Warcraft, and definitely some of the most unique grass in World of Warcraft, and just walking around here feels like you're exploring the plains of the afterlife, and I just think that's really cool, and so that's why the Bastion grass is number 1. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of Pointless Top 10. If you want more Top 10s, you can check out skyboxes in World of Warcraft, or you go check out beaches in World of Warcraft. Also, remember to like the video and comment below on what your favorite grass in World of Warcraft is. Okay? Okay. See you.